And you wonder why we call them political parasites. I want to thank Noble Gold for sponsoring today's video. Most Americans don't own sound money. Sound money is defined by the Constitution as gold and silver. It's been accepted as sound money for over 5,000 years. And even though it's been artificially suppressed by the international banking cartel, it was the best performing investment class for 2022. In that year, the S&P was down 20%, the Dow was down 10%, and Bitcoin was down over 65%. Gold and silver outperformed them all. Open a gold or silver IRA with Noble Gold Investments this month and get this quarter-ounce American Gold Eagle for free with every qualified IRA of $50K or more. With thousands of five-star reviews, there's a lot of happy people who are glad they went with Noble Gold. Check them out with my link in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, back to today's video. Welcome back to the High Impact Flicks channel. We're going to be looking at some crazy stuff today. We're going to start off with Joe Manchin, who says, the problem we have is the open press system and basically all the platforms. This guy is decidedly against the freedom of speech. Listen to this.
The problem that we have is the open press system and basically all the platforms. So if you're able to have 5 platforms, social platforms, that you can basically personify the extremes, somebody who is extremely right or extremely left, and it seems like that is the majority speaking. They're not the majority, but they're basically driving everybody to make a decision. What side are you on? Are you on this side or this side?
And we can't have you have that choice right there. What Manchin is saying is, hey, we got all these platforms out here. We got an open press system, which we really don't. We have a corporate press system. We got teleprompter reading idiots reading what the people from above have handed down to them, propagandizing the rest of us. But what he's saying is we don't need these platforms. We don't need the press system. We need to valve off and valve down. We don't need to give people all these choices out here. We got to curtail the First Amendment. And this is a guy who gets at minimum $174,000 a year from the American tax cattle plus benefits. And he's supposed to be there securing your liberties as he's trying to tell the WEF over there in Davos that we need to take those liberties away. We need to take freedom of speech away. We need to take freedom of the press away. This is the kind of stuff where if it doesn't get you hot under the collar at the very least, you're not paying attention, or you better check for a pulse because you're probably dead. Stu Peters put this out today. It's a old tweet from Jamie Lee Curtis, and she says, I hope all out there in the Twitterverse that at the moment of your death, your final words are not, I wish I had bowed down to the altar of the big farm guy. I don't think you or I know anybody who would say that at the hour of their death. This right here, listen closely to what Steven Crowder says right here, and then ask yourself a couple questions. Actually, I'm going to ask a couple questions at the end of this. We're going to watch this, and we're going to try to put 2 and 2 together, because this is kind of like, picture yourself going into a doctor's office and the doctor saying, well, I know what's killing you, and I could tell you right now what's killing you, what's taking you down and might take you out. And me telling you would help you so that you can make some corrective actions in your lives, so you can live longer. But I'm not going to tell you. Listen to this.
But for the first time, I have to say that I believe many of those in charge in the right-leaning media are actually at odds with what's best for you, the viewer, the customer, and more importantly, the country.
If somebody is odds with you and somebody is at odds with the country that you live in and love, then they are your enemy. So what he's saying is, I know there are people out there that are in right-leaning conservative media who are operating as your enemies, but
we here at Mug Club, we thought that we were all in this together, that we were fighting the media, entertainment, industrial complex. We thought that we were all genuinely taking it to big tech. But too many of those in charge of the big conservative platforms are verifiably in bed with them.
They're controlling the conservative platforms, and they're in bed with big tech. They're in bed with leftist government entities. They're in bed with people who are decidedly against you and against this country. They are your enemies. So tell us who it is, Stephen, so we can cut it out of our diet, so we can get it out of our lives, so we can go forward, so we can warn other people that these people are our enemies and the enemies of our country. Won't you tell us? Won't you do it? Won't you take that next step and tell us what the problem is and who the problem is?
Big tech is in bed with big con. The people you thought, the people I thought were fighting for you, a lot of it has been a big con. Now, I'm specifically avoiding naming names or going after individuals.
So they're con men. They're frauds. And he's not going to tell you who they are.
Avoiding naming names or going after individuals in this video, because I genuinely hope that those I'm addressing, and you know who you are, have a change of heart.
Oh, yeah. All their lives, they've been cons. They've been frauds. They've been your enemies. They've been trying to take this country down. They're in bed with big tech. They're in bed with big government. They're in bed with Big Brother. But they're going to have a come to Jesus moment. I'm just hoping, Steven Crowder says, that before I take that next step and show the receipts, before I out them, doing you a favor, doing my audience a favor, doing good for humanity, I'm going to give them a chance. They haven't changed all this time. They've been the same fraudulent con artists that they've been, but I think they're going to change. It's nonsense.
It's never too late to do the right thing. Guys, this is a genuine plea. We can all do better. We can all do better. It doesn't have to be this way. And please, don't make me have to provide receipts.
And that's what happens when you love clicks and views and, the accolades of men more than you love the truth. Because if you truly love the truth, if you really love the people who are being taken down, if you really love the country that is going down because of these charlatans, because of these frauds, because of these con men, you would name them. You wouldn't have any trouble. You would have named them a long time ago. But because you're not naming them, then you're a part of them. You're facilitating what's actually happening in this country and around the world, really. I don't know if you saw this. Geraldo Rivera, who's supposed to be a journalist, doesn't even know what AR stands for in AR-15.
If that's a word, it makes macho the people who possess it. Oh, look at me, I'm a big deal.
It's a rifle.
And it's not a rifle.
Yes, it's
Greg.
a rifle.
It is a machine.
What does AR stand for?
It is an automatic rifle.
No, that's not what it is.
Right.
Now, he says this seriously. He says that AR stands for automatic rifle.
It is an automatic rifle.
No, that's not what it is.
Well, all I know is that AR-15s have no place in American society other than sport clubs.
Okay.
And I agree with him on that. I also think, ironically, that we do need more IRS agents if they say we need.
So he says we need more IRS agents. So this is the quintessential bootlicker. And he says that AR-15s, no place in American society for that. So what would he want? He would want a law taking away AR-15s from law-abiding, from innocent citizens, from innocent people who hold those weapons. And if you create a law that bans those weapons in the hands of the innocent, what does that do? That's the government criminalizing innocent people, which is in and of itself a criminal act. And he doesn't even know what AR-15 stands for. It's Armalite rifle. But let me show you this. This is from Fee. It's pretty interesting because people are always going for the AR-15. What they really want to do is start with the AR-15. They want to start with the assault style rifles, the AK-47s, so that they can reach down and they can eliminate all the firearms because they're all, in their opinion, they're all assault weapons. Are AR-15 rifles a public safety threat? Here's what the data says. And let me just show you this. I'm just going to go all the way down here because it's from the New York Slimes. The New York Slimes analyst since 2017 say at least 173 people have been killed in mass shootings in the United States involving AR-15s. That's 173 over the span of a decade with an average of 17 homicides a year, 17.3 homicides a year. To put this into perspective, consider that at this rate, it would take almost 100 years of mass shootings with AR-15s to produce the same number of homicide victims that knives and sharp objects produce in 1 year. It would take 100 years for AR-15 numbers to accumulate the numbers that accumulate in 1 year with knives and sharp objects. With an average of 13,657 homicides per year during the 2007 through 2017 timeframe, about 0.1% of homicides were produced by mass shootings involving AR-15s. They're not there because they care about you. They're not creating this gun legislation, gun safety legislation, gun control, which is really people control because they care about people. They do it because they care about power and they care about wealth. They care about padding their pockets. I don't know if you saw this. I'm going to end with this. It says popular climate activist Greta Thunberg has been detained in Germany at a local mine protest. And then they put out this, pictures like this, or looked like a photo op. And then they put out videos like this. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. All the cameras, all the microphones. Snug as a bug in a rug right there. But then they released this video as well. Watch this. Having fun. Having fun. This is serious business, guys. Serious business. We need to beg our politicians to create more tax situations to devastate more poor people. Because Greta's right. We have a sea change problem. Lights, camera, and action. So what do you guys think about this? We go from photo op to video op to, behind the scenes, what's going on here? Very interesting. Leave your thoughts about this. If you want to support this channel, grab a brand new hard-hitting conversation starting shirt from the store that you can put on any shirt, hoodie, mug, cell phone case, whatever you want. If you want and support the channel another way, a free way, just give this video a like, share it with everybody you know, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon. We are heavily censored here, totally demonetized, and 100% viewer supported. I will see you in the next heavily censored shadow ban video. While we have time and it still retains some of its perceived value, maybe it'd be a good idea to convert your worthless fiat into valuable, storable food. Don't be the one who waits till the food riots start happening. You don't want to be fighting panicking people in the store over that last jar of peanut butter. At Prepare with High Impact Flicks, you can get up to 3 air and watertight gasket sealed ammo cans, each filled with a 4-week emergency supply. 7 food varieties, 2,000 calories a day, 284 servings, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and each meal comes in a resealable, heavy-duty 4-layered pouch. And it's got a 25-year shelf life. Every order of a 4-week supply gets you $100 off plus free shipping. Here's how simple it is to make. I'm going to cook up some Granny's home-style potato soup. People are going to think I'm a culinary hero. You open the pouch, boil 4.5 cups of water, stir the contents, simmer on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, take it off the heat, then let it set for 2 to 3 minutes before you serve it up.
Man, this stuff's so good. People are going to think Granny stopped by and filled your kitchen with a whole bunch of love.
Well, if Granny does stop by, she's going to fill your behind with a whole bunch of buckshot if you keep talking with your mouth full. Wipe your dang beard off. It's embarrassing. So maybe convert some of your worthless fiat into valuable food while you still can. Order now and get $100 off of up to 3 4-week emergency food supplies at preparewithhighimpactflix.com. The link is in the description.